Have you ever wondered why you suddenly crave chocolate, chips, or sugary snacks, even when you're not truly hungry? Food cravings aren't just about willpower. They're influenced by your brain, hormones, emotions, habits, and even your environment. Understanding the science behind these urges is the first step toward controlling them instead of letting them control you. In this video, we'll uncover what really causes cravings and how to manage them in a healthy, sustainable way. What are food cravings? A food craving is an intense desire to consume a particular food, often one that is high in sugar, salt, fat, or refined carbohydrates. Unlike physical hunger, which develops gradually and can be satisfied with almost any nutritious meal, cravings tend to appear suddenly and focus on a specific food. For example, if you're physically hungry, a balanced meal of vegetables, lean protein, and whole grains will likely satisfy you. However, if you're craving chocolate, an apple may not eliminate the urge because the craving is linked to psychological and neurological processes rather than a true energy deficiency. Although cravings are common, frequent or uncontrollable cravings may contribute to overeating, weight gain, and poor dietary habits if left unmanaged. The brain's reward system. One of the primary drivers of food cravings is the brain's reward system. When you eat highly palatable foods rich in sugar, fat, or salt, your brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure, motivation, and reward. This dopamine release creates a positive experience that encourages you to repeat the behavior. Over time, the brain begins to associate certain foods with comfort, happiness, celebration, or stress relief. Eventually, simply seeing or smelling these foods can activate reward pathways and trigger cravings before you've even taken a bite. Highly processed foods are especially effective at stimulating dopamine because they combine multiple rewarding ingredients in ways rarely found in nature. This is one reason many people find it difficult to resist foods such as cookies, pizza, candy, and fast food. Hunger versus cravings. Understanding the difference between hunger and cravings is one of the first steps toward healthier eating habits. Physical hunger develops slowly over several hours after your last meal. It usually comes with stomach growling, low energy, and increasing interest in food. Almost any balanced meal can satisfy true hunger. Cravings, on the other hand, often appear suddenly and focus on one particular food. They may occur even after you've recently eaten and are frequently triggered by emotions, stress, habits, advertisements, or environmental cues rather than actual nutritional needs. Learning to pause and ask yourself whether you're physically hungry or simply experiencing a craving can help prevent unnecessary eating. Hormones that influence food cravings. Several hormones play important roles in regulating appetite and cravings. Ghrelin, the hunger. Hormone ghrelin is produced mainly in the stomach and signals the brain that it's time to eat. Ghrelin levels rise before meals and decrease after eating. Lack of sleep and certain dieting strategies can increase ghrelin levels, making cravings stronger. Leptin, the fullness hormone. Leptin is produced by fat cells and tells the brain that the body has sufficient energy stores. In some individuals, especially those with obesity, the brain becomes less responsive to leptin, leading to continued hunger despite adequate energy reserves. Insulin regulates blood sugar levels after meals. Diets high in refined carbohydrates and sugary foods can cause rapid spikes and crashes in blood glucose, increasing cravings for more sugar. Cortisol, known as the stress hormone, cortisol often increases during periods of emotional or physical stress. Elevated cortisol levels may stimulate appetite and increase cravings for calorie-dense comfort foods. Emotional eating food provides more than physical nourishment. It is often connected to emotions, memories, and social experiences. Many people eat in response to boredom, loneliness, anxiety, sadness, frustration, or even happiness. This behavior, known as emotional eating, temporarily activates the brain's reward system and may provide short-term comfort. However, because emotional problems remain unresolved, the relief is usually temporary, leading to repeated cravings and overeating. Recognizing emotional triggers is an important step toward developing healthier coping strategies such as walking, meditation, journaling, talking with friends, or engaging in hobbies. The role of sleep has a surprisingly powerful influence on appetite regulation. Poor sleep increases ghrelin while reducing leptin, creating a hormonal environment that promotes hunger and cravings. Sleep deprivation also reduces activity in the brain's decision-making centers while increasing activity in reward-related regions. As a result, people who are sleep-deprived are more likely to crave sweets, fast food, and high-calorie snacks. Adults should generally aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night to support healthy appetite regulation. Stress and food urges. Chronic stress affects both hormones and behavior. During stressful situations, cortisol levels rise, increasing appetite and encouraging the consumption of high-fat and high-sugar foods that provide quick energy and temporary emotional relief. Unfortunately, these foods rarely reduce stress long-term. Instead, they can contribute to weight gain, unstable blood sugar, and increased inflammation. Managing stress through regular exercise, deep breathing, mindfulness, yoga, or spending time outdoors can significantly reduce stress-related cravings. The gut-brain connection scientists have discovered that the gut microbiome plays an important role in food cravings. Trillions of beneficial bacteria live in the digestive tract and communicate with the brain through the gut-brain axis. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, legumes, fermented foods, and whole grains supports beneficial gut bacteria, which may contribute to healthier eating patterns over time. Nutritional deficiencies and cravings. Although many cravings are psychological, some may be related to inadequate nutrition. Certain deficiencies, such as iron deficiency, may occasionally produce unusual cravings like chewing ice, a condition known as pica. However, most cravings for sweets or junk food are not direct indicators of vitamin or mineral deficiencies. Building a healthy relationship with food. Long-term success comes from viewing food as nourishment rather than reward or punishment. Instead of labeling foods as good or bad, focus on balance, variety, and portion control. Remember that occasional cravings are a normal part of being human. The goal is not to eliminate them entirely, but to understand them and respond thoughtfully rather than automatically. Cravings are a normal part of life, but they don't have to control your choices. By understanding how your brain and body work together, you can make healthier decisions without feeling deprived. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more science-backed health, nutrition, and wellness content.